question, doctor, is a person buys a car on from a bank, and and he sells the car after some time. He sells the car at a particular value to the other person. Let's say he bought a car in interest bank loan, and he sold off for a amount of, let's say, $400,000. What the first what this buyer has to do is, he will pay this $400,000 in installments to the seller in via EMI. However, he is going to pay the EMI of his second car, which he has taken on loan. So the buyer will be paying 400,000 equivalent EMIs, but he will be in short paying an EMI of the bank to the seller another car which he has taken on loan.
Muhammad, let me break down your question and answer each piece separately. First of all, when you say that a buyer purchased a car with a mortgage from the bank with interest, we all know that this is haram. Then he said that he sold it to another person for whatever amount, more than what he purchased it for or less, it doesn't matter. There was an agreement and he sold it to somebody else. What is the hukm for the sale? I am as a second buyer. If I bought the car and I paid the exact amount and I'm not paying any interest, am I blameworthy? No. But here is a question. We all know that if you owe money to the bank, which is the price of the car, the title is not in your hand, whether the house or the car. You are banned from selling the car, so you cannot sell it. And if you cannot sell it, then the trade or selling the car even under the table is not permissible, because a sale in Islam requires a full possession of the item. And upon receiving the amount, then the buyer would have a full possession and would not have any attachment, like, I would have to take it from you one day a week, or I would have to do this. No. Now it becomes his 100%. So due to the fact that if you are paying for the car through the bank, the title is not your hand. You don't actually own the car. You own it partially until you make the full payment. So just like to bring to the attention of yourself, which I'm sure you know, and the viewers as well. But if somebody is selling an item and the item is halal and we've agreed to the price, and I would have a full possession of the item through the paperwork, I don't care whether he bought it with mortgage, whether he is paying interest. This is none of my business. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam used to deal financially with the Jews, who perceived dealing with riba as lawful, even though riba is forbidden in Judaism. A lot of Muslims are making like the Yahud nowadays, and even worse. And this has been condemned by Allah and His Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam bought and sold and mortgaged his armor with the Jew, like he purchased some grains and provision for his family, and he kept his armor with the Jew until he would pay him the full amount. That is the meaning of mortgage his armor. So dealing with somebody who initially purchased the item with interest, this is none of my business. He's blameworthy for that. I'm concerned about the item. I agree to the price. I pay the price. Then I gain full possession of the item. This is permissible.